I thought it was important to talk about this because we will talk about this at the class. And it's so, I think that the pandemic really helped me and taught me that I needed multiple streams of income, because I never thought in a million years that I wouldn't be working for a couple of months as a self-employed person with no other income coming in except for my hair business. And as you all know, when it was time to get the unemployment, they was dragging their feet and they was taking them so long to give us any kind of money. So of course I had a little bit of money saved, but it wasn't enough to sustain my lifestyle. And I'm gonna just say thank God for a husband that, was able to provide for myself and my family during that time, because I don't know what I would have did if I was a single mom, or just single and didn't have any help. So that time, during that time, it really had me thinking like I need to have something else. Like I need to do something else, whether it's some passive income coming in or just a whole another line of income, or I just need to figure out something. So what I did was recently, last year, matter of fact, in March. It's been a year since I've been in business too, April. I forgot to tell you that, with my clothing line, with the online boutique.
Oh, that's
So that
bad.
went by very fast. So that was one of the things that I always wanted to do, was sell hoodies. And I had started, my son and I had started a business, and it really didn't go that good. So I was like, okay, well, let me try it again. So now I have an online clothing boutique, and it's doing pretty good. It's not where I want it to be. I'm not making all the money I want to be, but I know when you first start anything, it takes time. It takes time for you to learn what's going to work, what's not going to work. You learn your market, you're learning everything that you need to know so that you can make the income. So, but it's still another source of income. And whenever I'm not busy online, then I'm having pop-up shops. And that's a great way to earn extra money. Matter of fact, I just sold all the rest of my winter and fall inventory at the shop last weekend or the weekend before. I think it might have been last weekend. But that was just like an extra $1,500 that I could have. You know what I mean? Just to
Yeah.
put back. Basically it wasn't what I spent on that stuff, but hey, it was better than nothing. I would rather have that than nothing at all. So at the class, we'll be talking about different ways for hairstylists to have multiple streams of income, different ways for barbers to have multiple streams of income, lash tech, nail tech, whatever your profession, whatever you do in the industry, we'll have something for you there that you can think about. And just to throw out a couple of examples now while we're on the live, just to give y'all a little bit of tea of what would take place at the class. But one of the things that you all could think about doing is writing a book. That's always income. You know something that I don't know. Everybody knows something somebody else doesn't know. And you may be an expertise in how to do a fade. Maybe you want to do an ebook on that. That's extra money coming in every month. Maybe you got a trick that you learned that nobody else knows and you want to sell it. That's another way. If you are into makeup, maybe you want to come up with a skincare line or a skincare regimen to sell people. They have a lot of different things out now, like subscription boxes. I think that's great for a makeup artist because you could put little miniature lipsticks in there, or little miniature foundations or something like that. You can come up with different things and put it inside that subscription box. If you are a lash tech, maybe you want to come up with selling some type of fancy washcloth for them to wash their face or something so that they don't lose all their lashes. I don't know. You just have to pray about that particular part. But there's always ways to have multiple streams of income in this industry. It's a $1 billion industry, and it's just so many ways. Maybe you could be a teacher. You might have always had a passion for teaching. You might want to teach people how to do makeup. You can offer one-on-one classes. You can offer group classes. I mean, people have done it before, but remember that you are unique in your own way. Maybe you've been to a class and you didn't like the way something was done, and you know how to add certain things on that'll help people. So all of these are really great ideas. And so we just want to make sure that we are maximizing our income to the best of where we can be. And the only thing I want to say about that is, before you start having all these multiple streams of income, you do want to make sure that your mindset is right, because you don't want to start opening up all these LLCs and starting all these businesses and you're not going to be committed. You got to be committed to the process because it's a lot of work. Like some days when I have to do photo shoots for the clothing line, I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna lie, but I know I started this, so I can't just keep starting stuff and not finishing and seeing it out. So I forced myself. So I went out today and took some pictures. You know, it's little things like that. You got to be dedicated to it. So you want to start making sure that your mindset is right, making sure that you have the right mindset to be able to multitask, because everybody can't do two or three different things at a time. You may be like, I can only focus on hair right now. Okay, so then you start to pray and ask God to help you with self discipline or help you with multitasking. You know, God is always there to help you along the way. And then some of you all already have dreams of doing different things. You know, God places dreams inside of you. You probably have a dream of something that you want to do right now and don't know how to execute it. If you come to this class, my sister and I are both entrepreneurs. So we know how to get you started. You know, even if it's not our expertise, we're able to point you in the right direction. You know, at least with showing you who to call or maybe who, you know, something that you might not have thought about. So sometimes you have to be around people that, you know, just can bring certain stuff out of you. You know, you may be around a lot of people right now in your life that don't believe in your dreams. They may not even think that that's something you can do. But when you put yourself around other stylists or other entrepreneurs, they understand where you're going. You know what I mean? So it's like it's better to always put yourself around a certain group of people that can help bring certain things out of you, because we all know we have those friends and family members that when we tell them dreams, they are always fearful and they're like, "You gonna do that? You gonna quit your job and do that?" And we like, "Yeah, we're gonna step out on faith. This is what we're gonna do," and we're doing it. You know, God put this dream inside of us, and I know we can do it. So you got to get you some people like that. And so coming to classes has helped me. I've met so many different women all around the world because I'm always getting on a plane going somewhere. I'm going to Indiana in April. I'm just always trying to find something to better myself. And so I invest in myself, and I do it not just so that I can learn, but also so that I can meet people. My sister will be able to tell you that she does the same thing. She hops on a flight in a minute and will go to a class. So it's nothing new for us. And we've spent thousands of dollars on classes, and we can even agree that we've been to some stuff and we just was like, this wasn't even worth it. But we met people, right? We met people and we had a good time. And you know, you just become a meat eater. You take the things that you can take and you take it with you, and the stuff you can't take, you just leave it there.
That's right.
And that's just life. So having multiple streams of income has been great for me because it's just been helping me to manage my money better. Like I'm learning how not to commingle my funds, and my sister will touch a lot on that because that's what she deals with. That's the money coach. But just being able to separate stuff so that way I'm not always spending from one bank account. I have multiple bank accounts now so that I can say, oh, this is something for the boutique. Oh, this got to come out of this business account over here. Okay, this is for this. So just spend this. Okay, you paying your bills, pay that out of your hair money because that's your number one stream of income. So just being able to have those multiple streams has really freed me, you know. And I believe that God wants us to have multiple streams. I mean, even if you think about the Proverbs 31 woman, what she do? A whole bunch of stuff. She in there, she had a business. She was over there knitting clothes, sewing clothes. She was probably selling dinners because she knew how to cook. She was doing a little bit of everything. She was waking up before everybody, all the kids, getting everybody together. She probably was walking all the neighbors' kids to the bus stop. That lady had a lot of streams of income. So, and she's not the only one. There's a whole bunch of different people in the Bible, if you read the Bible, that you can go and examine and just see, okay, well, you know, they did make a lot of money. Or God does tell us that we need abundance. And another thing that has been helping me a whole lot is becoming, and this is a little bit off topic because it's not about multiple streams of income, but it's about being a generous giver. I've realized that the more that I give, especially to homeless or you know people that I know that are in need, because it doesn't always have to be a homeless person. It could be somebody you just want to sow into that you know is like a single mom or you know just a single dad or somebody that just doesn't have a lot of support, and you know they have a business and you want to pour into them or sow into them, doing all of those things has also helped my money grow. You know, just God loves when you are generous, and He always wants you to be generous. I was reading this morning in the Bible. I can't even remember where I was at because I just been studying worship. That's what I've been studying. So it's a whole bunch of different scriptures. I would have to go get my notes. But anyway, it was talking about how, you know, when you turn your ear to the poor, like when you turn away from them, you know you're gonna have to need God at some point, and He gonna turn His ear away from you. So it was just confirmation that I'm always trying to help whenever I can, whenever I see Him. And I even gotten to the point where I always have cash now. I try to take out some cash so that I can give, you know. But I don't want to miss my blessings, and I don't want to just be stingy. You know, that's not what God put us on this earth to do. So in having multiple streams of income, I'm able to do that now. You know, at one point I ain't even have nothing to give them. I couldn't give them anything. They wanted something, I wanted something too. You want $5, I want $5. So that's how it used to be for me. But all glory to God that things have turned around. And I don't want people to feel like I'm just shoving down y'all throats like, oh, we gotta make more money. But it's the truth. I mean, you need it for resources. It's not something that you're supposed to love, but it's something you're supposed to have, because you have to be able to help people when they need help. You got to be able to live. You got to be able to pay your bills. You got to be able to take care of your children. You got to be able to pay your rent or your mortgage or your car note. Whatever it is, you have to be able to sustain your lifestyle. So it's so important to have multiple streams of income. So that's not the only thing that we'll be talking about at the class. We'll be talking about, we can start from where you are. Let's just say you're a stylist and you've been a stylist for a long time, but you just been struggling and you have no idea. You're not even ready to do another income stream of income because you have to figure out how to get this one off the ground. We can start from where you are. We can figure out why your prices are so low, or why your prices might be too high, or, you know, why you're not retailing because you got to sell products. That's another way to get, that's another stream of income. Some people, like this one lady that works with me, I don't sell as much retail as she does because we don't do the same type of hair. She does only blowouts. So she sells like the oils, the shampoo, the conditioner, all them different things. I do a whole lot more of locks. So I pretty much sell oils and sprays. But she can basically pay her booth rent off of her retail. So that's good. That's one stream of income right there that you know you don't have to worry about every week. You can pay that booth rent with that just selling retail. So I thought that that was very, very powerful when she told me that. I was like, wow, I was like, I got to give me some more products. But I'm the type of person that I don't just use anything. I always got to know what it does and all of that before I'm selling it to people, because I want to make sure that they, you know how to use it, and I know how to use it before I tell them how to use it. So those are some of the things we'll touch on. We'll also touch on like if you're in another part of the industry, not a hairstylist, but maybe like a makeup artist, we can talk about different ways for you to come up and make some more money, you know, just changing your strategy up a little bit. Maybe you've been doing things one way forever, and maybe you need to just add in being a mobile makeup artist and charging a little bit more to go to people. Or, you know, maybe you want to think about getting a space and having like an express makeup where you can do stuff faster. I don't know. It's so many different ways. Like God is always dropping ideas in my head, and it's because I'm always at his feet. So I feel like if we all were to do that, then we all would have different streams of income. So that's all I pretty much have to say, sis. I just wanted to touch on it because I don't want to give it all away. It's so much more, but I don't want to give it all away. So I'm going to go ahead and let you talk, and then, we'll close it out.
Okay, that was good. You hit on some huge points that just popped up in my mind and gave me more to think about as you were talking about it. But multiple streams of income, or let me introduce myself first for someone that may be just joining us for the first time. I'm April Moore. I'm an accountant by day. I'm a money coach, so I just help small business owners handle their books as well as individual individual taxes, some business taxes as well. and just help you manage your money, track your money, understand how to maximize your tax deductions. I also do business formation. So if you're a new business owner and you're looking, or if you want to start a business, I help you set your entity in place and choose the right entity for your business. So that's a little bit about me. I am 20 years into accounting, over 10 years in taxes. I have a master's degree in accounting and financial management, and I'm working on getting my enrolled agent, which will allow me to practice before the IRS. So to talk a little bit about multiple streams of income, and then I'll touch briefly on commingling of funds, like Billy stated not too long ago. And then I just want to give a small testimony to piggyback off of what she said, as far as doing what you're called to do and not letting people get in your ear and tell you, the other opposite or what you shouldn't do, because not everybody understands your position, right? Not everybody understands where you are in life. Not everybody understands your spirituality or your relationship with God and what He may be telling you to do. And you have to make a decision. Am I going to be disobedient and listen to the crowd or the noise, or am I going to be obedient and follow what it is that the Spirit of the Lord is telling me to do? Because the outcome is going to be better following what God tells you to do. And so to say that, I remember when I was quitting my job and I told my mother, I don't know if you remember this, Billy, but she was like, "You're going to quit your job." Like it didn't make sense to her. Mm-hmm. But when you're following God and you know clearly what He told you to do, you have to be obedient and not listen to the voices. So that's what I did. I basically didn't care about what she said or anybody else. I did what I knew I heard. Mm-hmm. And the same exact thing happened. If you remember this, Billy, you might remember a little bit better because it was more recent. When I told y'all I was moving to Texas, she said, "I don't want you to go to Texas," or "I don't want you to move to Texas," something along them lines, right? And I knew that I heard that I was supposed to move. And so sometimes you just got to not listen to what other people are saying and just go with the beat of your own drum. Or if God is telling you to do something, you have to be obedient, because if you're disobedient, it could look totally different from what you are currently, experiencing or seeing. So I think that's important when you touched on that. Yeah. Doing what you need to do, what's best for you. And so that was just an example of how I know that you are on point when you say do what it is that you need to do and don't listen to the other voices, because also some people don't want to see you win. Some people don't want to see you grow, especially not growing above them. So definitely go with your instincts and what your spirit is telling you to make your decision on life and business. I mean, whatever your situation is. So I hope that was helpful. But I wanted to touch on some different streams of income. And I guess it starts with the mindset. So your mindset will help you to know what type of different streams of income to tap into. And the reason why I say that is because if you have these ideas that Billy said, she gets ideas all the time, and I'm like her. God is constantly pouring into me and giving me different things, and I try to have meetings with Him about my business and things like that, and get strategy from Him, because He's our creator, He's our maker. Who other than Him would we go to ask for more ideas or give us multiple streams of income? So it starts with ideas, which is from the mind, right? And so it all starts in the mind, and then also thinking, how is this going to benefit me and then help solve a problem, right? So for me, one of my streams of income is travel. Now, I love to travel, right? And then it seemed like for some reason, I was always the planner. So it made sense to me in my mind, okay, well, you should be a travel agent. Oh, yeah. Okay. And so the opportunity was presented to me from a young lady that I didn't even know. So let me tell you how sometimes God works, right? She reached out to me and said, I see that you travel. Would you be interested in joining a travel business? It's your own business. And she gave me the rundown. To me, it clicked immediately. It was almost like a no-brainer for me, right?
Right.
My mind also thinks, how can this help me in a sense of business and taxes, right? Because I'm a tax accountant. So immediately, it didn't take me, I registered the same day.
Oh, yeah.
Because I started thinking beyond just that opportunity, and it's working in my favor. So I love to travel. I love to help other people plan and book things. So I became a travel agent, and it's been since 2016, 2017 maybe. And so I book travel for people, and I make a commission off of it. And that has nothing to do with what I am. I'm an accountant, right? But it's something that I enjoy. And so it made sense to me to get into the travel business and become a travel agent. And so now I'm booking all kinds of trips. I'm working on cruises. I'm working on Billy's 40th birthday. So yeah, it's always a way to make money, even not in your industry. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, I feel it's so important because some people may get stuck in the mindset that, no, I only can make extra income within what I'm already doing. Like Billy said, for hair, she likes to teach. Well, she's teaching about hair, but sometimes it's okay to step outside the box.
Oh, yeah.
And take another stream of income.
Yes.
So don't just limit yourself and think, oh, because I'm a hairstylist, I only can make money in the hair industry,
right?
Products or doing hair or selling hair or whatever the case may be, a comb, a brush, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So you can actually step outside the box. What are you passionate about?
Yeah.
You realize that God gives us gifts. He gives us gifts, and He wants us to utilize those gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's looking at, okay, what am I passionate about? What is something that I really enjoy doing about what I'm already doing?
Right.
Give me another example. Now, I haven't tapped into this because I had a back issue that I just can't see myself doing it. I love to cook. Do you realize that I can make a stream of income out of cooking?
Absolutely.
Because I love to cook. I'm passionate about cooking, but that's not something that I desire to stand on my feet and do. But my point of saying that is, I told you guys I'm an accountant. I do travel, but there's cooking. So I do something like meal preps. A lot of people just don't want to do it because they don't have the time. That's an easy way to have an extra stream of income. If you just sit and meal prep for somebody, if you know how to cook already, and you may need to get some type of like what's the license called, the food handler's license or something. Like that. You're gonna make it a business, because also keep in mind, and it's just the accountant coming out of me on the business formation side of things, that some businesses require license. Some formalities and some things that you might want to work with someone on if you're thinking about starting a business and making it another stream of income. But like for the example of cooking, if you wanted to do meal prep, that can take you a long way as a stream of income. Because I'm telling you, there are people that just do not find the time to meal prep, but they want to eat better, right? So those are some ideas that's dropping in me now that I wanted to share with you all, as far as an extra stream of income. And then for myself, I also tapped into real estate. Now, this is great for hairstylists. This is for the makeup industry, the beauty industry, because I truly believe that it makes sense for everyone to own a property.
Oh, yeah.
And if you can own land, that's even better.
Yeah.
So that's another stream of income that I'm producing, which I want to tap into it even more.
Yeah.
Kind of, finagle some things and get some water so that I can. Me and my sister talk about getting a building together, years ago, that I still, her and I both always talk about we still want to do.
Yes.
But just imagine too, you're not just getting a stream of income, an extra stream of income by tapping into real estate. Now you're leaving generational wealth for your children, because if you were to pass on, hopefully you would leave that to your children for them to have as a place, or if they want to continue, renting it out or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It's not just a one-stop shop when it comes to multiple streams of income, because now you do other things with it. In this case, real estate, you can pass that down. So just throwing out some ideas, something for you guys to think of, and I'll give you some gems at the event. But those are just two things that I wanted to bring about. Now let's talk about commingling of funds, because this is a huge no-no to any accountant, any CPA, any professional that is bookkeeping will tell you not to do this. It causes a disaster. It causes a mess. It makes things sloppy, and it makes you unorganized. And what is commingling? It's just, in layman's terms, is mixing. It's mixing, and it's one of the things that, like I said, it causes a mess, because if you're mixing and then you want to go and try to clean it up, if you're in December trying to do this for something that happened in January, most times you won't remember.
Nope.
So a basic definition of commingling, it refers broadly to a mixing of funds belonging to one party with funds belonging to another party. So think of it like this: one bank account mixing everything in one bank account when you should have two separate bank accounts. Okay? So that's kind of like how you can think of it in layman's terms. So if you are a business owner and you call yourself a professional and you're doing things in your business properly, then you should have a personal bank account and a business bank account. And allow all of your business transactions to flow in one account, so that you can say at the end of the year, everything in this account was business related. Now, if you mix personal and business, and then, like I said, you're in December and January, you have to go back and figure out, well, was this for business? Was this for personal? It's sometimes impossible, because you just don't remember that far back. Something was for business or personal. So I think it's so important. It's vital that you don't mix, because it's hard for you to separate it when it comes down to filing your taxes. Or let's just say, for an example, a bank, you're trying to get a loan and they want copies of your bank statements.
Right.
You want to present a business transaction with a bunch of personal stuff mixed all through it? No. That's very unprofessional to the bank. And do you think that they'll take you serious if you come into them with a bunch of stuff that you don't even know what it is, right? So that's important when it comes to commingling of funds. Now, if you're an LLC, you can sometimes get away with commingling funds for compliance issues, or for compliance or government regulations. You can kind of get away with it, because as an LLC or either a sole proprietor, the IRS does not look at you as strictly as they do, let's say, an S corp or a corporation. There is strict rules where you just cannot commingle funds when you are those entities. So if you are ever considering switching over to an S corp or a C corp, then you definitely need to get in the habit now of not mixing funds. Do not commingle funds, because you're going to set yourself up. And if you are audited by the IRS, that's a big no-no for them when you're using, or when your entity is a S corp, or your tax status is an S corp or a C corp, versus an LLC. You know, you are your business in a sense. You're not separate from your business. So it's kind of like, sometimes it's going to happen. And so I'm going to say this to not be so hard. If you happen to have to mix here and there, that's understandable, because I'm a business owner and it has happened to me where there was a time where I didn't have nothing but my business card on me, or vice versa, switch. I only had my personal card and I was at the Staples and needed to buy something.
Right.
So that's okay. But I'm talking about, you're constantly swiping all day long, business and personal in the same account. That is commingling of funds, and that is something that you want to stay away from, because, like I said, it causes dangers in mixing. It causes issues when you're trying to be organized and you're trying to clean up. So I would just say, if you can get in a habit now of separating things out, it's okay. And let me just say this: when I say a business bank account, as a business, you should have a business bank account. But let's just say, you know, you haven't made it that far, you're just starting out, and you don't have all your paperwork together where you can go open up a business bank account. If you have two different checking accounts, if they're personal accounts, and you want to use one as your business and one as your personal, that's totally okay, because it's accounts, right? So sometimes it has to work like that. Even sometimes if you have to use a checking account, savings account to keep things separate, that's okay. If you're making a transfer then you can just say, that's owner's draw, but you're not mixing everything together, personal and business, because that's when you're going to have issues.
Right.
So I think that's enough of commingling of funds. And I can go into more detail at the event about commingling of funds. But I wanted to kind of jump back a little bit on the different streams of income, because I want to read something real quick down that I think is so important. And it's almost like what Billy said about recession-proofing your streams of income, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I feel that this is important, which is why I want to go back to this, is because, like you said, Billy, when COVID came, no one knew what the world was about to be. How our money was going to go, it was shutting down everything. And, yes, it was an easy transition to go telework for most people, that can do that. But people like hairstylists and barbers, when the government is telling you, you got to shut your barbershop down, that's like a crisis in a sense.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way. If that's your only bread and butter, then what are you supposed to do in a situation like that? And then I want to just say this, and I'm just going to be transparent. The world is never going back pre-COVID. It's just never. The world is never going back to how it was before COVID. So if you think that we're going back to normal, this is our normal. This is a new normal. And so what COVID should have taught everybody is that you can't depend on one stream of income.
No.
Because in the example of a barbershop or a hair salon, where that is what you do every single day when you go to work, and you don't have anything else going on, and you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So one of the other things that I thought that was good when it comes to having a multiple stream of income, and Billy, you touched briefly, is education. And you said something about an ebook. I thought that was brilliant, because we all have something in us that can go in an ebook.
Yes.
You can solve a problem that someone is having. That is an ebook.
That is an ebook. Absolutely.
Well, but ebooks are popular right now.
Very.
Another thing too, that's a stream of income that me and Billy, we gonna claim this in advance. We're gonna speak it out into the atmosphere. That podcasts. We both have podcasts. That's a stream of income. If you can produce, if you can, get sponsors and things like that, that's an additional stream of income.
Yeah.
If you are an educator, or if you're a person like me that loves to talk, get a podcast and maximize. Same thing with YouTube. Same thing with all of these social media platforms. They all have a way to make money. You can monetize off of all of these platforms. So let's just say, for an example, you are the type of person that love to cook and do things in the kitchen. You can get a platform just for that, outside of doing beauty industry stuff that will make you money. Education, speaking events, speaking engagements. You can go and speak and get paid to speak. So these are some things that I'm reading, and I'm going to have more of this at the event that will help you to have multiple streams of income. Another example I'm just going to throw out there for myself, I love taxes. So when I got presented the opportunity to work for TurboTax, I was like, bet. And it wasn't even so much for the money, y'all. I'm making money from it, and it's good money because they give us bonuses, they give us spotlights every week and stuff like that. So it's great money, right? But I did it because I love to learn. So if I can learn, then guess what I can do? I can monetize myself and teach others what I've learned.
Absolutely.
So I can teach up and coming tax professionals how to do taxes if I wanted to. That's a stream of income that I haven't tapped into, but that is one. So education was one of the things that I wanted to touch on that I'm reading from. And then some people have jobs still. If you have a job, okay, that's a main source of income. So anything you do outside of that job, that's an extra stream.
Yes.
So there are plenty of ways to make money and to monetize and make it happen. And like Billy said, it's not so much about money all the time, but it's being realistic that if something was to happen again, like there's some things that are about to take place in the world that we may need to have something that's going to produce money for us that we don't have to work for. And like I talked about last week, real estate is going to always make you money because we have to have somewhere to live. Like, people are going to pay their rent because they don't want to be evicted. So that is a stream of passive activity income that's going to constantly make you money. Like, everybody knows about Airbnb. Everybody knows about Turo by now. Those are extra streams. If you need to put your car on Turo, if you're not going many places, let that be
money
income, because it's money that you can make.
Money.
You're not really doing a whole lot to make it. So that's pretty much what I have without giving all the tea away on multiple streams, commingling of funds, and I'm gonna give the floor back to you, Billy. I guess we can do some question and answers or whatever.
Sure. I don't see any questions, so I'm just gonna move forward with just letting you all know that there's only, what's today, the 21st?
Yes.
It's only 10 more days left before the ticket price goes up to $60 for the class. So you want to make sure you hop on to Eventbrite and get your ticket. They're $50. Make sure you put in the early bird code at the checkout. I will definitely link it in the wherever I post the caption at on these videos on Instagram and on Facebook. Just to answer some of y'all questions that y'all may have. It's a fact section on the website, but I'll just shoot through it since we got a little bit of time. The first thing was, is there free parking? Yes, there is. The parking is absolutely free. It is in a shopping center. It's on Brown Station Road. It's right next to the place that it used to be called Peaches. So if you're familiar with the DMV area, then that's where it's located. Then another question that you all may have is, will there be food? The answer to that is yes. We'll have some light refreshments for you all to fill up on while we're having the class, because it's from 11 to 3. Another question that you all may have is, what are we offering you all? So April, do you want to tell them one of the things that you're offering them?
Sure. So is this the giveaway?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the things that I'm going to give away is a free tax return. So if you are a person that has not done your 2022 taxes, I'll give away the full price for a tax return. It's a basic tax return that I'm giving away. So if you come and you have additional forms, then those additional forms will cost, but the tax return itself, the 1040, is free.
Oh, then that's awesome. If y'all don't hurry me, go grab y'all ticket now. I don't know what y'all gonna do. You get a free tax return, baby. I will be running to get my ticket.
And let me just say this too. Even though the event is on the 30th, and you have the tax deadline is the 18th. Most people think that they have to do their taxes by April 18th or 15th, depending on the day of the week. The deadline is for people that owe taxes. If you normally do a refund, you do not have a deadline.
Right.
If you normally get a refund and you know you're going to get a refund, you don't have to rush and file your taxes before April 15th.
Exactly.
You have up to 3 years, basically, to file your taxes. And then if you are a person that has already filed your taxes for 2022, let's just say the whole room has already did their 2022, and maybe you missed the year or something like that, I will offer to do that 1 year that was missed as a freebie.
That's very nice. So for myself, I'll be giving away 1 free audit. So I want somebody that is struggling and needs some help with their website. They need help with their pricing. I will do 1 audit, and it's not going to be at the class because I'm also vending at the class, but we'll set up a time where I can give that audit to you to help you get on the right track, just to see where you are and to help you so that you're making more money in 2023. So some of the other questions that I was just thinking off the top of my head, some of the things that somebody might ask. And another question was, I forgot what it was. Now it just went away. Do you have a question somebody might have asked, April, or that they may think about? Because my question just completely went out of my head.
Okay, you gave the time, you gave the location. Every week we're going live, just to let you guys know. The reason we're going live is to give you ideas of what we'll be talking about. And we've been going live now for almost 3 weeks.
This is the third week, yeah.
Third week. So if you didn't catch any of the replays, you can always go back and watch those to know what we're going to address at the event. Because we've given away a lot of information, even on these lives.
Yes.
So we're going into a deeper dive at the event with more information. You're going to get a packet or a book or a bag with different stuff in it from us.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Two of us. So if we didn't touch on that in the previous lives, that's something that
I remember. I remember what it was too.
Okay.
The question is, why should I come to the class? That was the question. I was sitting here like, what? I know I thought about all the things that people may ask, but I feel like you should come to the class because you'll just have a deeper understanding of what it looks like to maximize your income, what it looks like to take your finances to the next level. You'll also get a better understanding of how taxes work and how to steward better over what you already have. So I feel like if you're going to invest in something in this year, I think that investing in this class, paying $50 or $60 if you wait till after the 31st, is a good investment. Because for all the information that you'll be receiving, it's going to be valuable. And you definitely don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss this opportunity to just take away all these notes and just go home and, soak it all up and just do better from 2023 and beyond. Mm-hmm. So we'll be so happy to have you guys in the building. You don't want to wait to the last minute to purchase these tickets because they will go pretty fast. So you just don't want to wait. So yeah, that's pretty much all that we have for today. Now, unless you have anything else you wanted to share, sis, but I'm pretty much done.
No, and I want you guys to show up because like Billy just said, if you want your business to take off in 2023, we're early in the year. We'll just be in the second quarter, right? So you still have plenty of time to come to the class, learn what you need to learn, and take that and run with it, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I know that this is going to be amazing for those who want to get some books in place, meaning get your accounting software in place, is because I'm going to actually demonstrate. I'm going to actually put it on the screen and show you what it looks like to get organized. So that by the end of this year, you can say, man, I made this amount of money and it's all in one place. It's tracked. It's going to be life-changing if you really are serious about your business and you're serious about taking it to the next level. The amount of information we've already given in these 3 weeks is already beyond what we're charging for the class.
Basically.
So I would say you're going to get even more at the class or at the event. Yeah, so it's definitely worth it. And I just want to ask you guys to do us a huge favor and share this video, this live. Share this with people that you know that are in the beauty industry, because you never know a person's struggle, because they may not tell you, but if you share this with them and they are struggling and they come to this class, it can be life-changing for them, and then they can thank you. So I just want you guys to share this with 1 or 2 people that you know that is in the beauty industry that could use this information. And if you feel like, well, you ladies are doing an amazing job and I just want to sponsor someone, you can pay for a ticket, and then Billy will give this ticket to someone that is in the beauty industry that can come to this class. So I want to thank you guys in advance if you are so generous to do either of those 2 things. And that's all I have. I just want to thank you all for joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you so much, April, for being a part of this class. I really appreciate all your time, effort, because you just given up your Tuesday evenings to come and do this live for an hour. So I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate everybody that took the time to watch it. And even those that are going to come back, thank y'all so much. And again, I'm going to link how to register for the class. And on Instagram, I'll put it on the caption, and on Facebook the same way. So y'all go ahead and get y'all tickets, and we will see y'all soon. We love y'all so much, and thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all take care.
Good night.
Good night.